So now for this surface, we can able to add labels. So once you click that, you will be available with this surface tools on top of the screen. So where you can just go for add label. So click that. Where you can just go for like add surface label, and where you can able to select those label type. So the same only we have here also. For example, slope, and it is asking for create slope labels. So 1 point or 2 point method. So I'm just going for 1 point, and I'm just clicking here. See, here we have this kind of slope, and here we have this kind of slope, and here we have a different slope. So like that, we also can go for slope with the 2 point. So in that case, 1 point and then 2 point. So based on that, you will get the slope. So again, I will tell 1 point and then 2 point, you will get the slope accordingly. So this could be useful for you, like if you are working in a transportation sector, where you will be like using various slopes. Now again, I'm just clicking the surface. Now I'm just going for spot elevations. So in spot elevation, it is asking for select a point. I'm just going somewhere here, and it will give you the elevation of that particular point somewhere here. So it is like 93.69, and it is like 93.74, and somewhere here it is something like 92.18. So like this, you can able to like find the elevation, like a spot elevation. And we can also go for spot elevations on grid, and it is asking for a grid base point, and I'm just going like this, and I'm just putting like this, and it is asking for X spacing. I'm putting as it is, Y spacing as it is, right location, upper, specify the upper right location. So this is what our grid. So change the size or rotation of the grid. I'm putting a no. So this is what like it is, like I'm just clicking it, and then this is like a spot elevations on grid. So based on the grid, we will be getting the elevations. So again, I'm just selecting a surface, and I'm just going for contour single. So you can specifically, you can select some contour line. So like this, so it will show you the details of the contour. It is for single, and we also have multiple, contour multiple, where you can able to just draw a line like this, and we can able to see the multiple contour levels. This is for multiple. So click that, and then go for contour multiple. And for example, here if you want, so just to draw a line, so we can able to see the values. Wherever you are drawing a line, you will get the values over there. Okay, in this, if you want to like hide this point group, you can just go for point group. So click the surface, and then here in surfaces, in a point group, you can able to click that, and you can able to like delete if you don't want. Otherwise, we can just go back here, and you can just put this all points on top. So all points on top, so you won't like get confused with those details. Like we have like labels in this point group, so all points we don't have any label, so better to use that, so we can easily like find the details of our surface. Now we can just go for contour multiple at interval. Like it is asking for first point, and I'm just going for selecting this point, and then the second point, and it is asking for interval. For example, 100 by default, I'm just putting. Now based on the interval, we are getting the contour. See here, everything got updated. So that is what it is. So click this, and here you can able to go for contour multiple at interval. So it is like a in each contour in that particular interval we will be getting, see, like 98. So 98 again, 98, like that. So like this you can able to go for add labels in your surfaces. So this is what like add labels in Civil 3D for your surface. So now we will see some other tools in surface. So for that I'm just going to click the surface first, and after here you can just go for inquiry command. So just to take inquiry, and where you have something like a point coordinate, and there you have something like this icon, you click that. Once you click that, you can able to see the command specify point for elevation and grade. I am just going for some point like this. So that specific point having this kind of point coordinate x comma y on the elevation, everything it will come. And if I'm choosing some other, it will change. We will see the elevation how it's changing. See, now the elevation changes to 94.623. Now at this point it is like 94.478. So like that we can able to use this inquiry tool from here. So it is like showing everything: slope direction, grade, slope, grade percentage, point elevation, x comma y coordinates and everything. So this for surface 1. If you want some other surface you can able to select from here. That is just like inquiry, so it won't be available in our surface. After closing it will go. So only if you need any information you can just use that tool. So it won't like specify even after closing it. It will be there before closing it. So the details will be available only up to closing the tool. Now we know object viewer. So right click and then we can just go for object viewer. The same we also have here, and we can able to isolate the object. So isolate in the sense it will be isolate only the surface. See, points and everything just gone. Only the surface we have. Again you can just go for, so you can just go for here. So unisolate objects. To unisolate you have option here. You click it, and then you can just go for end object isolation. So like this you can able to just go for isolate objects and then end isolation or something from here. So here also you can able to use isolate or hide objects. And we also have some other tools. It is something like bring to front, send to back. So quick select, select similar. These are simple now. So for example, I'm just going here, selecting it. Now I'm just going for right click and then we can just go for select similar. So it will select the similar things, and then if you don't want you can just delete it. The same only here we have select and then select similar, and quick select we already know it is similar to AutoCAD where we can able to quick select the things. For example, we have this one now, this one for elevation. I'm just going for quick select QSE. So where you can just go for, so Coco point, tin surface, polyline, surface elevation label. We have surface elevation label now. So this one. So surface elevation label, I'm just clicking, and then I'm just going to put layer, right? So layer equal to equals and value. Otherwise marker style, you can able to put the value. Otherwise you can just go for, we should know the name of the surface or something like that. So if I'm just going for layer and then I'm just going for select all, and I'm just surface elevation label and I'm just selecting all, click OK. So it will select all the surface elevation labels. So later you can delete it if you don't want. So that is like a quick select. The same we have here. So quick select, the same thing. The shortcut for that is QSE. So that's why this software is very useful and then very easy if you know AutoCAD before, so that these tools, it will be more easy and practical for you to work with. So now after clicking it, we can just go for surface property, edit surface style. These things we already seen. So now I'm just going for boundaries, like add data. If you want to add a new boundary, you can just go for new boundary or new break line if you want. Okay, and then new contours, new point groups and point files. This only we are doing from here. The same thing we can able to do from here also. Now we also have edit surface, where we can just go for add line. For example, add line in the sense, so it is asking for two endpoints. For example, I'm just going to select this point and then select the other point now. So I'm just going to select this point, and then it is asking for select one endpoint, this point, and then this point. Okay, once you selected, it is like creating the surface. So like that, if you want, you can able to select the using add line. If you want to delete the line, we can just go for delete line. So for delete line, we must show our surface as triangles. So for that, I'm just going for surface property, and then I'm just going for information, and I'm just going for contours and triangle and apply, and then OK. Now we got triangulation also in our surface. Now I'm just going for delete line, and I'm just going to select this line, and then I'm just going for select the edges and then enter, and then select this edge and then enter. So here you can just go. So in this, if you don't want this line, you can just remove it, enter. So it will delete that line. So that particular line, it will be deleted. See, now we are getting like a deleted. So it won't delete, but the other line it will delete. So like this, we can just go for deleting the lines. So like that, we can just go for add line. If I just want to add some lines, I'm just taking it and then taking it. So we are getting the line. The same, if you want to delete line, we can just go for selecting the same line or other line, select and then enter. Once you put enter, it will be deleted. So like this, we can able to go for add line and then delete lines. Now we also have swap edges. So it will change the direction of two triangle faces. It will swap the edges. So I'm just clicking swap edges. Now I'm just clicking this one. It will swap the edge. And I'm just clicking here. It will swap the edge. This is like a swap edges. Okay, if you want to swap, you can able to use that. Then if you want to add point, we can just go for add point. So it will add a new point in your surface. Now I'm just clicking that add point. Now I'm just clicking somewhere here. It's like having new elevation of something like this. Now I'm just going to put enter. There you will get to one point. And now we can just go for delete point. So for deleting a particular point, we must go for display first. So for that, I'm just going for surface style edit, and where we have display now, where we can able to go for point, and then we should go for visible, put on, click OK. Now we can able to see the points visible. Now I'm just going for delete point, and now I'm just selecting the point that we want to delete. For example, this point, and then enter. So it will be deleted. Again this point and enter. So it will be deleted. Like that, you can able to go for deleting the points. Now we can just go for modify point also. So select modify point and then click the point that you want to modify. For example, this point, and then enter. And it is asking for new elevation. I am putting 95. then it will be elevated to new. So the total surface at that point, it will be elevated to the new elevation. Now we will see some other things. If you want to move point, you can just go for move point and specify a point to move. This point, right? A location, new location for the point. This. So like this, you can able to move the points also. Now we have minimize flat areas. It will be like adding high and low points to remove flat triangle by analyzing the surface and then interpolating. So I'm just going for minimize flat areas, where you can able to select whatever you want. If you want to swap edges, you can just go for filling gaps in contour data like that, and you can just go for adding points to flat triangle edges, adding points to flat edges, and then click OK. No points were added. See help for an explanation of when smoothing points can be added to flat edges of triangles. So click OK. So using that, we can able to minimize the flat areas, and we can able to raise or lower the surface totally. And I'm just going for amount. How much amount? I'm just going to put some 5. So all the elevation will be like raised to 5. So before that, I'm just clicking this one. So here we can just go for spot elevation. So 94.69 we have. So once I'm just going for rise or lower surface, and I'm just going to put 5. And once you put enter, it will rise. If you're putting minus, it will low. So based on that, you can able to raise or lower the surface. See, now the spot elevation get updated. So like this, you can able to raise or lower the surface. Now if you want to smooth the surface, we can just go for smooth surface. There you can just go for smoothing method, natural neighbor interpolation, or we have kriging method. If you are choosing kriging method, then we will be available with the kriging method datas, where you can able to input those also. Otherwise, I'm just going for natural neighbor interpolation, and we don't have any option. Then we can use the other method. So output location also is grid based, centroids, random points, edge midpoints like that. I'm just going for edge midpoints and select. It is asking for the select edges. So I'm just going for selecting the edges and then enter. Now we can just click OK. Now accordingly, on basis of our selection, it will smooth the surface. See, now our surface got smoothened. So like this, if you want to smooth the surface, you can use the tool. Now if you want to paste another surface on top of the existing surface, then we can just go for paste surface. And if you want to simplify the points, then you can just go for simplify surface. And in that you will be having the methods, edge contraction or point removal. You can choose whatever you want, and you can just go for next and use existing surface border, or you can use for window or polygon method, or you can just go for selecting the objects. And I'm just going for next. So percentage of points to remove, 50% or something like that you can able to put. And I'm just going for finish. Now we can able to see like it remove the points. So it simplifies the surface. So that is called simplify surface, reduces the number of surface points or triangles in any surface while preserving the surface accuracy. So like this, we can able to use all these tools. Now we also have water drop. So once I clicking that, you can just go for a 2D polyline or path layer. So this we can able to select from here. So which layer you want, and then which object type. So 3D polyline or 2D polyline, and I'm just clicking for place marker at start point. If you want, you can put yes. So the marker style, it is like a basic. So that marker style we already seen, the same here also it will be. Click OK. Now I'm just clicking here. Now we can able to see like water will start from this point and go that side, and I'm just clicking here. So like this you will get a water drop. See, like this we are getting the water drops, all like going to connect to one point. See, at this point it is like connecting, so that is like a water drop. So draws the path that a drop of water would take across the surface. So now we also have a catchment area here. So when you click in catchment area, it will ask the property and then click OK. Now if you are clicking somewhere now, there it will be showing you the discharge point. See, here we have this kind of catchment area, and here we have this much catchment area, and here we have this kind of catchment area, which means that is having lower levels, so water will stagnant there, and we can able to easily find using this tool. This is like a catchment area.